The iceberg, known as A68A, is one of the biggest ever recorded, more than 4,000 square metres. It broke away from the Antarctic Larsen sea ice shelf in 2017 and is drifting towards South Georgia at about 20 kilometres a day.
It's absolutely massive in terms of icebergs. Mostly icebergs, when they're in the open ocean, they tend to break up and go into smaller icebergs. This one remarkably has remained intact, and that is still even more remarkable because it's got quite a shallow keel. It's not very thick, so we'd expect it to break apart.
A68A is about 200 metres thick, and one fear is that the iceberg will run aground when it reaches the continental shelf around the island. The challenge facing the team is to assess the impact something so huge might have on the vulnerable South Atlantic ecosystem.
So something the size of Luxembourg is going to be a massive impact on an island like South Georgia, which isn't that much bigger than Luxembourg itself.
The iceberg is formed from glacier ice, and as it melts will release billions of tons of fresh water into the sea, potentially devastating krill, phytoplankton and other species low on the food chain. That in turn could threaten the diverse wildlife on the island.
It's one of the most pristine places in the world, with the ocean fauna at its most vulnerable. That's the problem.
The scientists will employ 2 robotic submarines to measure the temperature, salinity and levels of phytoplankton in the water around the iceberg. They'll also collect and study animals in the water.
If we don't protect the oceans, this kind of events will become increasingly frequent and the impact irreversible.
Greenpeace and others have long been warning of the effects of climate change, but say the threat presented by this enormous iceberg is one that cannot be ignored. Daniel Schweimler, Al Jazeera, Buenos Aires.